Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome
Welcome back. This is your boy LG.
It's your boy Nate the Great, man. You know how we rocking.
And we got our co-host over there, Stacey. How you doing tonight?
Stacey.
I'm great. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming back with another episode of Waves of Wisdom.
You know how we rocking, man.
Today's theme is love languages.
Love.
This is, the common topic. But not everybody knows what the 5 love languages are, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And the wave of wisdom is true love speaks in every language. Okay, so let's get a little background information on the love languages. There are 5, right? First one is words of affirmations, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
What's mine?
Yours is
Which one?
definitely receiving gifts. You love when I buy you things.
Yeah, I love when people buy me things.
Yeah.
That's yours?
Yeah, that's his. No, hands down.
I think so.
Because quality time,
No.
Yeah.
not physical touch.
Nah.
Usually a lot of men is physical touch.
No.
Really?
Nah,
Not
me.
Nate's. Words of affirmations. I don't think he really too cares.
No, I don't really too care. I
And-
always give that, but
Yeah.
I don't receive that. So
Words of affirmations?
no, I'm saying
You don't give that. You don't give that. You barely. No.
I
Absolutely.
give that.
No.
Like speaking positivity to
No.
Yeah,
Like-
I always
no,
do
like-
that. What are you talking about? I always speak positive to people, try to uplift people, give them like a word of encouragement, bro.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
but-
like words of affirmation. I meant like
But
to me,
but
it's
that
like,
goes. That's a wide, broad view of if you say that that goes with it. Like what I do that. Encourage. That's my job.
he does
to-
give it like encouragement.
Yeah.
Okay, like, what
but-
you mean? All of that. I give.
Words of affirmation. I'm
Yes,
thinking
I do.
of like loving,
Yeah,
lovey-dovey
saying like I
words.
No,
love
that's-
you.
that's-
Yeah.
stuff
That's
like
some.
that.
See that.
No, that's what the words of affirmation in this
Yeah.
context means. Not
But
I'm
you
not
have to be precise what you're talking about
Right.
because that's on a world, on a broad view.
like words of
you're talking
affirmation.
about-
I feel like in this particular
Yes.
situation is more like I love you. You look beautiful.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Things like
Oh,
that.
no, I'm not with that, bro.
Like
Oh my
exactly.
God.
See.
Oh
See?
my God, no.
Yeah, Nate doesn't do that. He's
No.
like, those type of, phrases and words,
Okay.
things to make you feel good.
Just
Words that make you feel good.
Yes,
Gotcha.
I do make word. Yo, you could do it, Mickey. You could do it. Those type of
like
words,
like
I-
an encouragement type.
All right, so we kicking it off before even the question. Yo,
Right.
I heard your love language is receiving gifts.
Yes, you got a gift for me
Why is that your love language? If you know,
because I feel like when I was growing up, man, I ain't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know about nothing, as in people give gifts or whatever. So when I start receiving, I'm like, damn, give me
Right.
more. So I feel like as
He always had to get it on his own.
Yeah,
So
I
now
get
it's
it
like,
so
people
now-
can give me things.
Okay.
Yeah, so now when I see somebody give me something,
Okay.
I'm like, wow, this is beautiful because I had to work so hard since I was a little kid to try to provide for myself,
Right,
really.
right.
You know what I'm saying? As in like go out and go get it. Sometimes it's bad the way I get it. You know what I'm saying? A legal way, the good way, the right way, the non-right way. So it's like when somebody not like I have someone to give me a gift now and it's like I know the worth of a gift. I'm like, man, I appreciate it and I love that.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So, yo, everybody would send me my love gift. Give me gift. More gift, 2 gift, 3 gift, 4 gift, more gift.
What about you,
I ain't
LG?
knocking it. It's quality time, gifts, words of affirmation, physical touch, and what's the other one?
Acts of service.
Acts of service. I would say
I don't
the
care.
love language I like to receive.
Mhm.
I would say acts of service.
Mhm.
I feel like because that's something so simple, but just me seeing that you're going out your way of something that you don't have to do.
Mhm.
I feel like that's my love language of just
Mhm.
just doing something without me asking, or just doing something that you think I need is just like because it's just that allows me to know that you care. You know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying? Because like I said, you have stressful days just like I have stressful days, but if you taking that extra effort to do this or do that, That's pretty much our love language, and I'm
That's
appreciate
good
it.
too. That's good, but I don't really care about that.
Man, don't knock my love language, boy.
So Nate has, I think it's not his love language just because he's so used to always having to do everything for himself that he just
I don't care.
He has no problem just going ahead. He'd almost rather do it himself because, in my opinion, he feels like nobody can do it better than him.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go get a.
All right, Nate. So what's my love language?
You love act of service.
Oh, most definitely.
You love people do feel bend backwards and do that sandwich and everything. I'm not.
I think that it's probably because
your parents then brought you up like that, spoiled and like a brat. Spoiled brat.
They always did everything for me. That's how they showed me that they love me. So like that's what I'm just used to.
Okay.
And I also just like other people doing stuff for me.
Right.
It frees me up with time. I don't a lot of stuff like chores and stuff like that. I don't like to do them. So like when we were in high school and Nate was with us a lot, he would do my chores for me at my house. Like if we were at my parents' house and I had to do the dishes, he would do the dishes for me. Or if he had to vacuum the house, then he would vacuum the house for me. And I just love that. Like I just love when other people do stuff for me.
Okay.
I'm not really like a physical touch person. Like I'll give people hugs, but like I'm not the type of person that will hold your hand down the street. Like don't do that. I'm not a toddler. Like I don't want to hold your hand. Or I'm not the type of person that was like want to sit on your lap while we're at home watching a movie. Like
lovey dovey.
Nah, I'm not like this. You could sit over there and I could sit over here.
Right.
Which is great because I think Nate is the same way. I think that type of love language. If people are different with that, it could be a problem. Because like if somebody always wants to physically touch you and you're just like, bro, like chill.
You gotta compromise a little bit.
Yeah, that one I feel like could be in quality time. It's like, yeah, but I love the quality time, but
right.
If you're gonna spend the time to do something for me, I'd rather you do something for me than
bro, you have the thing in that again, bro.
Oh yeah, that's fine. It's
bothering me, bro. Can you please take it out? Like take it out the cup, bro.
He doesn't have any tissue or anything. What do you want him to do? Just hold it in his hand?
There you go. There you go.
I think we're more in common. We have more things in common, me and you.
Yeah, I mean, I for me the acts of service. I mean, it seems like for you, like since it was done for you, that's how you learned how to be loved. Or I think for me, it's more so like I know I kind of go out my way for people. So when I see somebody do that for me, just some simple, it's kind of like a mutual kind of like a
me too
respect thing.
Also, so. I think I can be a tad bit like lazy. And so if I see somebody else taking their time out to do something for me, like I am genuinely so happy because I don't have to do it.
Right. Okay.
Genuinely.
Just being a little transparent.
Kinda. Wow.
Now, do you think people misunderstand their partner's love language?
I do. I do because I've really like heard of it, but until I got married, that's when it's a book called Five Languages of Love. I forgot who the author is, but like
a lot of people have read the book.
Yeah, but like when you read that book, it breaks it down so simple and kind of gives you different examples, and it has like a questionnaire for you too to kind of understand it. So, for me, like I think people do misunderstood it because it's how they want to be loved, and you really got to understand that person, right? How they grew up, because you may think like, oh, you may think your love language is their love language, right?
Right.
But when you really kind of understand it, it's like, no, it's not. It's different. So,
right. Because some people might be like, I tell them I love them. I think she's beautiful. They're telling me all this stuff. And then the person is like, I don't even want you to tell me that.
Right.
Like, I want you to buy me things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you spending your hard working money is what shows me that you love me. So, and then the other person is like, how is that love? Those are material things. They don't mean nothing.
Exactly.
And so then that's when the disconnect comes. And
but look, though, you want me to keep it 100 with y'all, though? Real quick. Like, look, all of that love language stuff and all of that,
Yeah.
I ain't grew up with none of that. So
Most people did. Most people.
when people talk about it, I'm like, bro, what y'all talking about? Y'all just soft as, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like candy. So my take on that was
some
like,
candy's hard.
I'm saying the soft candy. I'm talking about, like chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Like mine was like, bro, what y'all talking about love language? Like people just do right by each other, and you know, and that should be it. I'm like, if I'm breaking my back, you know what I'm saying, in the relationship by doing what I'm supposed to do,
Right.
or whatever. I don't care about no love language. That should be the love language by
But
me.
why you say
by
you
me.
ain't grew up with that though?
Because I don't grow up knowing
I feel
that.
like emotional
like
intelligence is not something that is always.
no, I'm talking about like
You know.
I'm talking like okay, so emotions and all that.
Right.
I think I didn't have none of that. I was bred to just
Right.
neglect that. That was just push and
Yeah.
suppress. So I didn't have like no like nobody
Knowledge of.
Yeah.
Right.
And then too, bro. Nobody don't tell me that nobody never told me that they love me, bro. I didn't even know what that mean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't.
But did they show it though? They might not tell you, but did they show it?
No, I ain't. I barely got that. You know what I'm saying? I barely got love, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because probably they don't know how to love neither.
So growing up, how did you eat?
Me? Eat?
Yeah. Was it provided for you?
You know, my grandma was always working, but I was always trapping. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather, he always cook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was just the one that cooked, and I eat some of his food. You know what I'm saying? Out of the blue moon, but I always gotta like, you know, I was on the street so much, so I had to, you know.
So do you think? Sorry to cut you off, but to that point, right? Your grandfather always cooked. So if your grandfather maybe like he never like told you I love you, but what if he's man? I got a grandson that I know he depend on me to eat, so I have to cook even if I'm tired or what.
Yeah,
so
he cook every day, bro.
So it might have been acts of service, and knowing that he didn't have to cook. You know what I'm saying? He could. But like a gender role, like I'm a man. I don't need to cook, but he chose to. So
yeah, I think and that was his love towards us. But
right,
we didn't know that. I didn't know that. But I know he was a good. But I know he was a good man to me because you know what I'm saying. He was the one that like always talked to me, bro. I was I don't really was listening to nobody really. You know what I'm saying. I was just in my zone and doing what I need to do. And I feel like he was the one that always like called me and we could just talk about things and talk about even to me even find my mom like from Jamaica. Like he was the one that got in touch with my other brother and we came and that's how I got to, you know what I'm saying, speak to my mom for since I left Jamaica. So it's like, you know, that was he was showing his love through that.
So you were shown love, it just wasn't the way that you expected love to go.
Yeah, that's what.
Or do you feel like it was more just a survival thing? Like they gotta eat to survive. Or I gotta do this so that they can survive. I gotta put a roof over their head, so you know.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I was just, bro. I was just living and I was just doing what I do. I don't know. It was no physical anything until I came to your crib and I saw how I was moving. It was totally different than what I was used to. So, you know, I got older, so I start put some of those stuff in what I'm in my path. And, you know, I develop as a human being as well. So it's that what you don't know,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You don't know.
Right.
So you do what you know. You know what I'm saying? And then when you know more now, you do better. So I feel like I knew better, so I do better. You know what I'm saying? So until that, then, bro, I didn't know anything about what y'all talking about. That's my love language. Like what?
Yeah, I know. I don't feel like emotional intelligence is something that is like a common sense thing. I feel like it's a learned thing, and not a lot of people have the opportunity to learn it.
Yeah,
and it can hinder communication. And it can make things, you know, not so great. So whoever wrote that book is just, you know, that was a phenomenal, you know, service to humanity on a whole. I feel like because it kind of opened up a lot of people's mind to things that they probably weren't even thinking about. Because like if I have my certain love language, I might think everybody in the world is supposed to, you know, operate that way.
Yeah.
What love language do you find the hardest to give and why? So let me remind you what they are: words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Me is acts of service.
No,
Okay.
I don't think that's the hardest for you to give. You do that all the time for me.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna explain myself. I do it. It's easy because I work. I like to work.
Yeah.
Whatever I do, you know what I'm saying? It's right up her alley.
Yeah, right up my
But-
alley. He's the hardest, one of the hardest workers I know.
But I'm saying though, that will neglect the other person from doing it.
Yeah,
anything.
but
So-
the question is, what is the hardest for you to give? And I feel like that's the easiest for you to give. Like,
No,
what is
I
very
would-
difficult for you to give? Like,
yeah, I understand what you're saying. But
For-
I was trying to play the devil advocate.
yeah, it backfired. It didn't work. So, can you answer the question?
It can't work if
What
y'all
love
listen.
language do you find the hardest to give? Something that's just like, I can't do it. You know, you got to force yourself to do it.
I don't know, like that. What's that?
I think
that-
yours is words of affirmation. So I'm going to
No.
answer for you.
No, it's not.
No, I don't think you do. You don't.
No, it's not, bro.
It's not?
No,
You're beautiful. You're wonderful. I love
won't
you.
do that, though.
Exactly.
but it's not hard though. You said hard. It's not hard, but I just don't do
Okay,
that.
so physical touch, quality time.
Yeah.
Quality time, bro.
Quality time
Is
Yeah.
the hardest
is
for
the
you to
hardest
give?
for you to give.
Yeah, because I've been busy, bro. I need to just do. So you said I like to do, right? So
Yeah,
if I
You're doing all the
if
time.
I'm doing,
yeah.
but I can't
Yeah.
be
You don't
like,
have, yeah.
I don't have the
Yeah.
time. I don't
That-
have the
that I
time
agree.
to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like
I can see with that.
by they want me to do that. It's
Right.
like
It's taking away all your
it's taking
time.
all my time to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To
It's not
yeah.
like the hardest, like you don't want to do it. It's just hard because you're spending so much of your time doing other things.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah, I can see that. And maybe I just overlooked that because it's not like my love language.
Yeah.
So I don't really notice that he's not doing it because he's so
Right.
busy doing other stuff for me that I'm just I'm happy.
Right.
What's yours?
I feel like was gifts was that
Yeah, so giving gifts is the
yeah I feel like that's the hardest because outside of like holidays and birthdays,
You
like
mean like that, bro?
I have to. It's not even mean.
No,
I'm just saying, like, I feel like I have to be so intentional to do it, right? Because I didn't grow up like receiving gifts outside of birthdays, right? Like the love, you know, I
Are you
grew
not
up.
just gonna randomly show up with flowers?
Right, so I gotta be intentional. Like, hey, stop what I'm doing. Like, let me just buy her some flowers, or let me just buy her this. Like, I have to like be thinking about it, be
Right,
intentional about like I'm gonna do
Right.
this for a month. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
everything else is like I just do without even thinking. But gifts is just because again, it's like you don't want to buy love or you don't want to, you know, give her a gift to because she's mad at me. So I just feel like I didn't grow up like receiving gifts. My love was just being there, just supporting all that stuff.
Quality
so
time.
yeah, so the gifts wasn't really big. Like I didn't get a gift for my birthday. Like
Mhm.
as long as we was blessed enough to be together, eat dinner, or do this as a family. So I just know I have to be intentional with
Right.
that one.
Right. For me, I think it would be physical touch
Hmm.
because I'm not really a touchy feely person.
Right.
Like, I just
Touchy touch.
I don't always
Yeah.
stay over there.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't love you.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I just
So what you saying?
you're not a touchy feely person either, so it
No,
just
I'm not.
works out perfect.
Right.
But I'm not that like kiss all that. I just
Yeah.
so like
And that's hard for some people, like who need it.
it didn't need
Bro,
it. Oh
I
my
know,
god!
because-
If I were to have a relationship with somebody that needed that, it wouldn't last.
I think
It just
95% of
Why is that? I think you will grow to. I think you will grow
No.
to kind of.
No, I
figure
don't.
it
I
out.
don't even know. No.
I think 95%
The
of
only person that I really like to like hug and like just
is baby Nate.
is my son.
But that's where I was getting at, right? So if
Yeah.
you can do all that to your offspring, you can do it. You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
yes.
You just got to be again
But
intentional
I also
about it.
think it's just because he's a baby.
No, you're going to do that
You
when
gonna
he's
do- yeah.
trust me,
When
trust
he gets
me. bro.
older, you
And-
want to
and-
be kissing him on his
and he
cheek and all
gonna-
that stuff.
And
Like,
he's going to shun you off, and then you're going to get
Yeah.
all mad,
yeah,
offended.
you,
Maybe I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't. I can't tell you. I mean,
Facts, bro.
I might be able to be okay with it just because I'm not that type of
No,
person.
you're not, bro. You're gonna be like, you're gonna feel some
My
type of
son
way.
is not that type of person either, though.
No, he's
Like,
not. You don't
I
know.
will like pick him.
Yeah.
I'll be like, give me a hug, and he'll be like, no. He'll
He's a boy.
literally tell me no.
Yeah.
Or like, I'll be like, give mommy a kiss. He's like, no, not right now.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
you can't say that, bro. You can't say it because he's a boy. A lot of boys like that.
A lot of boys like what?
Hug and kissy, none of that. So you can't.
So
you know
he will
Yes,
give me a
bro.
hug and
What
he
are
will
you
give me
talking
a
about?
kiss, but it
Yeah.
has to be on his time.
But
Like,
that's taught though. You said a lot of boys like it. Like that behavior is taught.
No.
what behavior is taught?
So he
What you
said
mean?
like a lot of boys like kisses and hugs. Like if you've been doing that, if you've been doing
No,
that,
it's in you, bro. Because Baby Nate didn't. It's no taught. That's him. He just when he
Because
feel
I mean,
like
I'm
it.
trying to teach it to him.
but
He's
does he
just
see?
still-
Does he see y'all do it?
No, I mean, not
It's,
really.
So it's taught because he's mimicking y'all. Y'all are his. Y'all are his life
I
right now.
understand.
I'm giving it to him.
Yeah.
But
Even Nate gives it to
Yeah.
him.
but if he sees y'all do it, express that,
Mhm.
he's going to do
Well,
it more.
yeah, I could see that because Nate, one time, a few times, Nate would be like, "Oh, give me a kiss." I'm like, "Okay, fine."
Mhm.
And then Baby Nate would be like, "Oh, Dada, I want a kiss too."
Yeah.
Yeah, so
y'all are his life right now.
He
It's
just said that
y'all
earlier
two.
today, Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so he'll do it, but he's not really like a fan of it, which is great
Well, yeah.
because like I can't deal with
Yeah.
Because when he's in his mood, bro, he don't, bro. Leave him alone.
yeah he'll literally
don't-
tell me
yeah.
to leave him alone.
Y'all try 2 weeks to be more physical and watch
But
you change.
I don't want to.
I'm just saying, I to prove y'all wrong. I'm just saying,
no,
like,
bro. It's
No, I understand because
Yeah.
like just earlier today, he was like, when Nate was like, "Give me a kiss," and then Baby Nate was like, "Oh, Dada, I want a kiss too."
But I'm saying, yeah, but that's just for one time. If you continue to do it, he's not going to want to that. It's the continuous I'm talking about. Like,
I don't
Like-
know. I mean, we could play around with it,
man, he ain't on that, bro. It's in you, bro.
but I'm glad he's not like that because I couldn't. I don't like the clinginess.
mhm.
And if it was my child and they
Right.
want to be clingy, I would feel bad because that's not the person I am. I would
Right.
feel like I have to do it.
Yeah.
And our personalities just mesh so well. It's just so perfect. Like for Nate, he likes to receive gifts. I love to buy things for my families and stuff. Like
Right.
I love to. Every time I leave the house, I bring something home for Baby Nate or
Yes,
Nate.
boy. Yeah.
Yeah, you too. I bring you stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe
Hey, shout out to them chocolates, man. Bring more.
like I always buy them. That's the way I like to show, and that's the way he likes to receive.
Right.
And for me, the acts of service is what he likes to show,
Right.
and that's what I like to receive. So we
But
just
hold on.
very
But-
blessed with that.
But
For me,
lately though, I ain't getting no gifts, so I need some gifts.
I've been buying a little bit more stuff for Baby Nate.
Uh-oh.
And leaving Big Nate out.
Jealous.
All right, guys.
What about y'all friends?
What you mean?
Love language.
love language for friends?
Do you think that apply to friends as well?
Yeah, of course. It can apply to anybody that you have a relationship with.
Yeah.
But your love language for your friend might be different than your love language for your significant other.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure. It's what yeah.
I feel like the friends thing might be, some people might want quality time with their friends, or some people might, because I don't really think a lot of friends would expect you to shower them with gifts or physical touch or words of affirmation. You know what I mean?
I mean, words of affirmation,
Yeah.
because some people
Yeah.
would be like,
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's
they
really,
depend on
yeah,
that.
That's
yeah,
true.
it's really
Yeah.
good. I don't know what
But
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually the affirmation or
Acts of service,
the acts
maybe.
of service or quality time. Usually those three categories.
Yeah.
So.
No, some of them want gifts. You mean, yeah, and they will tell you that they want gift too. Even if it's a female, no, I'm talking about female friend, female friend. Trust me, gifts.
Oh yeah.
And she will
I
tell you
can
that,
see
yeah, I want that gift, partner.
Yeah.
Yes,
Do that.
boldly.
I mean, as long as they don't have a spouse or significant other, because
Right,
I mean,
right.
then that's gonna be a red flag.
Yeah,
You buying
last episode we already touched on it.
Yeah, that's a red flag. You buying her a lot of gifts?
No, I'm saying no. So me now. So bam. So let me break y'all a little secret though. So I like nice things, right? I like nice things.
Right.
Nice. If it's the best meat in the pot, that's what I want. And I always like that since I was little. So I always want the best of everything, right?
Right.
So if I'm gonna get anybody, doesn't matter who it is, it could be that guy outside on the street, whatever, I'm gonna get him the best of what I will want for myself. I'll get him that, bro. That's why I don't like to buy people things, because it makes me wanna. I buy the best. I'm gonna pick the best things that I will eat.
Oh, you don't necessarily want to spend the money, but you have to, because you're not going to get them anything less than what you would want.
Me.
Right.
That's me. So that's what I'm saying, bro.
Do you think love languages can evolve over time?
No, it's just who you are.
Yes, people change over time.
Yeah, people change over time, and then depending on,
I'm always want to give.
You can always want gifts, no matter what, no matter how you feel.
But when you get older, you may yearn more for physical touch, or when you get older, you may always want gifts.
You might want quality time more. Because maybe like you might get to a threshold where it's like you kind of have all the material things that you want.
Not for that. I don't too, like, quality time. I don't, sometimes I get, bro,
Nate likes to be left alone sometimes.
Yeah, bro, I give me my zone, because, me and God be having our moments.
Which is fine, because sometimes I just like to be by myself too.
Yeah. I think as you get older, people change, because you got kids in the house, you busy, boom, 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 boy. When it's just y'all two, you may yearn for that quality time.
I do agree that people change over time, so the love languages might change over time. Also, people in certain circumstances, like say, like for me, if I had a family member or somebody very close to me pass away, maybe in this period of my grief, I might want physical touch, even though like I normally don't want it. Like, just stay away from
facts.
me. You know what I mean? I might want to be helped. I might want somebody to, put their arm around me while I cry or whatever. So things like that. I think certain circumstances might temporarily make a love language kind of like emerge out of nowhere. Do you guys think that relationships can thrive if partners have different love languages?
No, that's how it's thrive.
Yeah.
You know why? Because both of y'all is negative and positive. You can't have two negative and two positive. It won't work. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like bumping. Oh, I was thinking about something, like, it's crazy. I was thinking about, like, people say, "Oh, y'all, a relationship, y'all argue too much." No, y'all need to argue some more. You know why?
I think that depends on the relationship.
Nah,
because some people, if two people don't like to argue, then that works for them. Like for me and you, to be honest, Nate,
that's why I said
we bump heads with that, because you are very argumentative and I am not.
Yeah, but what, bro? You be arguing and stop playing.
I argue because I have to. I gotta defend. You ain't gonna walk over me.
Okay, so that means that you argue. Then it doesn't matter.
I do it out of like
what?
It becomes it's a banter now with y'all too. Like
what you mean?
It's a necessary evil for me. Like I would rather not argue.
Bro,
and most of the time, I will walk away.
You need that, bro, to express yourself. I ain't finna be, yes, no.
You can express yourself without arguments.
Man, hey, relationships strive with arguments. Y'all tweaking.
Oh my God!
That boy wanna argue right now.
Right?
Look, you walking right into it.
Hey, I'm gonna have to agree to disagree, but
man, what?
y'all tell us what you think in the comments. You should have been a lawyer.
What?
Yeah.
They ain't gonna win.
You would make sure of it.
I'm gonna tell the
even
judge.
if you were wrong.
I'm gonna tell the judge that you were wrong. What are you saying? He's not getting that sentence.
Gonna get disbarred.
No,
quick.
I'm not. I'm gonna fight the judge and all the officers in the court.
I bet you would. But back to the wave of wisdom. I do agree with you guys that relationships can thrive if partners have different love languages, because true love speaks in all languages, which is our wave of wisdom. So if you truly love that person, you're going to learn to show that love language that person needs, regardless of whether it's difficult for you or not. If it's true love, you gonna make it work. Right?
Yeah.
Now, it's time for our goofy question of the. Unless you guys have something else.
Yeah, I got one question for y'all. I know we wrapping up, but I got a deep question since we talking about love languages.
What is that?
I got a question for y'all. I want y'all to answer. What is one thing, Nate? What is one thing you love about yourself?
Me? Yeah. One thing, bro. I got a billion things. You're talking about one.
What? Just one.
Okay.
It's one thing.
I'm gonna give you one thing. Gonna surround everything. My determination.
Why?
Because no matter what, I I will never stop, bro. Like, it's the only way out is death for me. On anything, death.
Okay. Stacey, what's one thing you love about yourself?
I think it's
Taking too long.
being able to find the middle ground in any situation. Like I feel like I'm more of like a peacemaker. And I will try to see the light in every situation on anybody's side and try to let people understand the other person's perspective. I really don't like arguing.
Okay.
I feel like I hate arguing.
I do.
It drives me insane. And if I could find a way to help other people see the other person's perspective, I will do so.
Right. Okay. I like it.
What about you?
And what's you?
One thing that I love about myself is the ability to give people grace. I feel like
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
people are hurtful, spiteful. You know, and I know that it's a spiritual thing sometimes, right? You know,
Always.
so the ability to give people grace and not take certain stuff personal,
Right.
and be able to,
Because you don't know where they're coming from with that.
Right,
It's gotta
right.
be, yeah.
So, and some people be in their feelings and want to react, and I'm kind of like, let me understand you.
You
have a
patient
very-
though. You patient.
Yeah,
you
he's
got a
very
patient
patient.
spirit.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
a,
You know what I'm saying?
the most calm spirit.
I'm asking God to give me that, but I don't.
I'm begging God to give you that.
I don't have that right now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you could be honest.
I'm a
That's the first step.
I'm a worry. I'm a Peter. I'm a cut off your ears.
Peter. Yeah, I gave him a shirt. It said I'm mixed. I'm half Jesus, half Peter. Run up and see which one you get.
I like that.
If you're not really biblical, if you're not really, you won't get it. But it's perfect for Nate. But yeah, no, I think those were three very good aspects of ourselves.
I like that.
I like
one,
that
though.
question.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah. All right. Now the goofy question: which love language would survive the longest on a reality TV show, and which one would be voted off first? So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go first.
Why you
I
wanna
need to
go
get this.
first?
I need to get this off my chest.
Okay.
And I don't want y'all to take my answer. I feel like acts of service. I'm a little biased,
Yeah.
but I feel like acts of service would.
Get voted off.
No, absolutely not.
Like the server will be stayed on. Yes.
on.
Stayed on the
Yeah,
longest.
I know. I was gonna pick that too.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like people will forget what you said, or, but people will always. Okay, how does the saying go? It goes like, people may forget what you say, but they'll never forget how you made them feel.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're doing stuff for them, no matter what you're doing, if you're doing something for them, they're gonna feel that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I'm
But we
pick that,
talking about
but,
reality show.
Yeah.
Make it to the end.
And then for the one that I think would get voted off first, is like words of affirmation, because like
You can't do that.
you can't do anything with words. You can't survive off wishful thinking. What is that? What is that gonna do?
I'm gonna go next, bro, because
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna use the same one, but I got a different spin on that.
Okay, so
Know what I'm saying?
yours for staying on the longest is acts of service.
Yeah. Yeah. I extend the longest acts of service. You know why? Because no matter what you do, or what you've been through, even if you and the person have arguments or whatever, like want to kill each other, and you are
You always go to the aggressive side of things. Kill each other. All right.
and you just come to them with like
You do something great for them.
like $10 million or $5,000 or a couple thousand, bro. They will forget everything.
But that was
you
a
do.
gift,
No,
Nate.
no.
That's receiving gifts.
What?
That's receiving.
No, act of service though. You doing something for them, so you're giving them money. What are you talking about?
But
So
that
if you're on the show, it's mean like you help them out with a challenge, or you giving them obstacles. I'm thinking survivor when you say on the show.
right.
So I said, okay, so
Yeah.
An act of service, man. You always
it makes them forget about all the negative.
Yeah, negative.
Yeah.
You always doing.
Yeah, I
for
really
them.
hands down
So-
think acts of service.
So you always
Taking it
doing
for
for
them.
them, bro. You always doing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once you're always doing, they're gonna always forgive you.
But what's the one that's going to be voted off the first?
That
That what? So I'll give you the. Let me just
break it down for me.
Words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Yeah, quality time. Because people busy nowadays. People don't got time for that.
I can't stand
for real. Busy, bro. Quality time gonna get voted out real quick because
too busy to spend time with the person you love.
No, too busy, bro. On the show we too busy, bro.
All right. What's yours, Laurent?
I'm gonna say the person that's gonna win it is the one that's giving quality time.
Yeah.
Because if we on a Survivor, if I'm giving you my time and energy to talk about,
but it depends on the show though. You ain't said the
game show, reality show.
Yeah, but you just
name a reality show. Name a reality show.
Which love language would survive the longest on a reality?
I'm talking about
reality TV?
like Jerry Springer, bro.
That's not a reality.
That's not a reality.
That's a talk show.
Yeah, that's a. Yeah.
Oh, that's not a reality show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the Kardashians, that's a reality show.
Yeah.
Or Housewife or something like that.
Yeah, quality time.
Okay, which one do you think is gonna get voted off first?
I think the person that's get voted off the first is the
Lovey.
Words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
The words of affirmation.
Yeah.
You just talking.
You're just talking.
You just talking.
No action.
I feel like me and LeRon be agreeing on so much stuff.
You get out of here.
You get out of here. Yeah.
You just talking.
What do you? So, did you change your mind, Nate, or?
No, just stick with mine.
You stick with yours?
I don't care what you're talking about. Now go against the grain.
All right, drop it in the comments. Tell us what you think. Let us know which word or which love language do you feel like would make it to the end, and which one would get voted off. And tell us what your love language is, and which one you think is the best one, or
which one of ours y'all think is the best one.
Nah, I'm dope.
And drop the name. Drop the name, bro. Drop the
I
name.
want to hear the love language in the comments.
And if you know your partner's love language, how's that working out? But all right, guys, that about wraps things up for today. Thanks for riding the waves with us. We hope you enjoyed the show. Before you go, make sure you hit that like, comment, share, or subscribe button. Keep chasing the tides of knowledge, and catch y'all on the next wave.
Boom.